Alright, let's dive into something that's got the comedy world buzzing. Amazon just greenlit a US version of LOL, Last One Laughing. Now, if you're not familiar, this show is basically a high-stakes game of don't laugh or you out. 10 comedians are locked in a room for 6 hours, and their only goal is to make everyone else crack up without losing their own composure. Sounds simple, right? But here's the thing, it's way harder than it sounds. I mean, imagine trying to keep a straight face while someone like Bob Mortimer is riding a toy horse and delivering one-liners. It's chaos, and it's brilliant. What makes this really interesting is how universal the concept is. This show started in Japan as documental, and it's already been remade in over 25 countries: Canada, Mexico, South Africa, Ireland, Australia, you name it. Each version has its own flavor, with hosts like Jay Baruchel, Eugenio Derbez, and Rebel Wilson putting their spin on it. But the core idea remains the same: humans are hilarious, and watching them try not to laugh is pure gold. Personally, I think this is why it's worked so well globally. Laughter is a universal language, and this show taps into that in such a raw, unfiltered way. Now, let's talk about the US version. Amazon's bringing it stateside with Fulwell Entertainment, the same team behind The Kardashians and Carpool Karaoke. That's a big deal because it means they are not just slapping a new label on it, they are bringing serious production muscle to the table. Eric Pankowski, who's behind Carpool Karaoke, is showrunning, and Ben Winston, who's worked on the Grammys, is exec producing. These are people who know how to make entertainment pop, and I'm curious to see how they'll adapt it for American audiences. One thing that immediately stands out is the casting. Who's going to be in this? The UK version had Jimmy Carr, Richard Ayoade, and Bob Mortimer, legends in their own right. The US version needs to bring that same level of comedic firepower. I'm already speculating, will it be veterans like Dave Chappelle or Amy Schumer, or will they go for rising stars? What many people don't realize is that the chemistry between the comedians is what makes or breaks this show. You need a mix of personalities, styles, and egos to keep the tension high and the laughs coming. From my perspective, the success of this show hinges on two things: the cast and the pacing. 6 hours is a long time to keep the energy up, especially when the premise is so deceptively simple. But if they nail it, this could be one of those shows that becomes a cultural phenomenon. I mean, think about it, in a world where everything's so serious, a show that's literally just about not laughing feels like a breath of fresh air. It's pure, unadulterated joy, and we could all use more of that. What this really suggests is that comedy, at its core, is about connection. Whether you're in Japan, the UK, or the US, the things that make us laugh are often the same. And in a time when the world feels so divided, a show like this reminds us of our shared humanity. Personally, I can't wait to see how the US version stacks up. Will it live up to the hype? Will it bring something new to the table? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, I'll be watching, and I'll probably be laughing along the way. So, what do you think? Who would you cast in the US version? Let me know in the comments, I'm all ears.